So, hi everyone, and this is today's LeetCode Daily Challenge. Today is January 5, 2025, and we have a medium level problem. This problem is basically on the topic of difference array. Uh, if you're not able to come up with a solution, you could check out the topic difference array, and you can come back to this problem again. Then I think you can solve it. So, well, I think you all have read the problem already. I'm just going into explanation. So, suppose you are given some string like A, B, C, D, E, A, F, G, H, and I'll also do the indexing. Now, suppose they have given you this shift from 3 to 7, and they're saying shifted forward, and from 3 to from 2 to 6, they're saying shifted backwards. Okay, so from 3 to 7, what you will do? 3 to 7, this substring. This substring, you will convert you will shift all these characters by +1. So D will become E, E will become F, A will become B. So your new string after this operation will be A, B, C, E, F, B, G, H, H. So this will become your new string. Then they are saying they applied the shift operation from 2 to 6. 2 is this one here, from 2 to 6. Okay, and here you have to shift it backwards. So C will become B, E will become D, F will become E, B will become A, and G will become F. So A, B, C will become B, E will become D, F will become E, B will become A, and G will become F. So this will be the final string after applying these two shifts. So the length of shifts is 10 to the power 5 shifts array, and length of string is also up to 10 to the power 4. Now if you pick each shift and then apply on the string, so picking each shift would take at max O of n time, and applying it on the substring, and the substring length can be at max n, so it will take O of m into n time. The algorithm will take O of m into n time, which is not a good solution, because if m is 10 to the power 4 and n is 10 to the power 4, the maximum number of operations would be 10 to the power 8, which is not a good solution. So we are going to use the concept of like for each character we will check that, not check, we will calculate for each character that how many shifts are applied on it after traversing the shifts array. Okay, so what you're trying to do is you will traverse all the shifts, and for each character in string S, for each index in string S, you will find for that index that after all these shifts, what are the resultant shifts. Like see, for character C, you can check here for the character C, the character index 2, it has finally become B. So the net shift for C was -1. Okay. Similarly, for character D, the net shift is 0. Though in the first operation it was shift forward and the second operation it was shift backward, but the net shift was 0. So this -1, 0, this net shift we have to calculate for each index I. How are you going to do that? So see, difference array is uh, some form of prefix sum only. I'll tell you like how you will do it. Now I'll not talk about the string, I'll talk about the shifts. Suppose we are given an original string. Okay, you have indices from 0 to n minus 1. For all these indices, you will first initialize it with the initial shifts. Initially, the string is not shifted, so for each character, the resultant shift is 0. For each character, the resultant shift is 0. And what operations we used? From, I think, from 3 to 7 forward shift, and from 2 to 6 backward shift. You convert this backward shift into -1, because +1 will say forward shift and -1 will say backward shift. 0 won't have that effect, that is why I'm updating it to -1. Now, what does difference array say? Like, you apply the shifts on this. When you apply the first shift, 3 to 7, 3, 7, 1, so you are saying apply forward shift from 3 to 7 index. Now, how you will do that? You will update this, the index at 3 to +1, and you will update the 8th index to -1. Now, why are we doing this? Is because when I will take the prefix sum of this array, the initial ones will be 0, this will be 1, and the others will also become 1 up till they encounter -1. At -1 it will again become 0. So we technically updated this, all these characters by +1. You understand the concept of if you're given a substring of L comma R, you increase L index by 1 and decrease R plus 1 by 1, so that when you calculate the prefix sum, from L to R they will all be increased, and from R plus 1 they will be at their original values only. We are updating R plus 1 because we want to cancel the net effect, because the operation was applied only to L to R, not the characters after it. So you okay, you did it for -1 for 8th character. Now you'll apply this one also. See, here there was +1, so we increase L by 1 and decrease R plus 1 by 1. Now in the second operation from 2 to 6, it is -1. So we'll increase L by -1 and decrease R plus 1 by -1. So technically we are decreasing L and increasing R plus 1. So this will be like, this will be -1. That will remain 1 only. And then these. And the last one will increase by 1. And now you will take the prefix sum. So it will be, this will also become 0. These will become 1. 0, 0, 0. And this will become 1. And this will again become 0. So finally your array will be like this. So technically that second index C will become B, and the rest of them will remain same. D, E, A, F. And this 7th will become H, and the rest will remain same. So this was our final string. So just increasing L and decreasing R plus 1 is a O of 1 time operation, and you just need to traverse through the shifts array. We don't need string S in this case. So we will generate a net shift array, and then we'll apply the net shift array on a string. So the time complexity of algorithm will be O of n. So let's go to the solution. What you'll do, you will first calculate the size of the string, and you will calculate the size of shifts array. Now you will traverse the shifts array, and you will extract L, R, and the shift you are applying. So it will be something like this. dr is the direction of shift, So one thing you need to know, that direction for forward is 1 by default, but for backward it is 0. So we'll convert it into -1. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, we also need to have a shifts array. This, and its size will be n+1. Actually, size should be the size of the string, that is n, but I'm taking n+1 because when you, if the L in L comma R is the last index, then R+1 we won't get. So I'm just taking n+1 for that, so that I could apply that operation easily. So initially all the shifts are 0. Okay, now I'll just update L by dir, and I'll decrease R+1 also by dir. Okay, and this will create a shifted array. Now we want to calculate the prefix sum so that we get the shift value for all the indices. And you will do it like this: shifted of I is equal to shifted of I minus 1. So you get the shifted array. Now you just need to apply the shifted array on the string s. So we'll update s of I with what you shift the character by some amount. So you will shift the character s of I by some amount, and that amount will be coming from shifted array. And finally we will return the string s. Okay, you can write this method of shifting a character: char shift by, you are given a char c and you want to shift it by some amount. This amount can be negative or positive. If it is positive, if you are shifting it forward, it is negative if you are shifting it backward. And first you can map these characters. Like a, I'm not going to use the ASCII value of a, I'm going to map a to 0. So b will be mapped to 1, c will be mapped to 2, something like that. So their value will be c minus a. Okay, now the new value after shift, it would be whatever the value plus the amount you are applying to it, and you will do its modulo by 26 because there are 26 characters. So 0 will represent a, 25 will represent z, and then 26 will again represent a. Okay, so for that cyclic nature. And if amount is negative, then even after applying this operation, sometimes it is possible that we get the new value to be negative, because in C++ by default the modulo for of negative values return a negative remainder. So to make it positive, we will add 26 to it so that it is always positive. So if this new value is negative, then new value is equal to 26, and you can return this new value and it should be in character form. So yeah, and I think it should run. It is getting accepted and you can submit. So it is accepted. So you can also get the time complexity. This method takes over 1 time. So this for loop takes over m time, and this will take O of n time. This will also take O of n time. So our overall complexity will be O of n plus m. Like if n is bigger or m is bigger, it depends on that, the number of operations, maximum operations. So thank you for watching this video. You can subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Thank you.